Hello, everyone. It's your girl, Danielle Spencer. I know I haven't done a video in a little while, but um, I guess making up for lost time. So today, I'm not going to really talk anything about the book per se or anything else really concerning the book, but more so about my experience today and kind of how I am coping with the things that I'm doing to kind of cope with the some of the things that are kind of happening today. But first, I wanted to check out. I'm learning how to do a lot of other things for the video, so I changed my background to look or show book one. So one of the things I'm learning a little bit more about doing the social media and video things. But today, I had signed up to do this community event to talk about some of the things that are happening in the community and actually nationwide. And so I went to this event and uh, it started at 10. And so when I got there, I was very surprised that there were so many people there already. And because of the amount of people that were there already, there was no parking spaces. And so um, it was being held at a school. And when I say there were no parking spaces, there were none. I mean, there were none like in the community where the school was, on the school grounds. What they were doing, they were redirecting traffic and telling people to park, I'm gonna say, at a nearby mall and walk from the mall uh, to the school. And for me, especially with it being a slight hill and being quite a distance, right now, my back or my health isn't to where that would be something that I could definitely do. It would be a problem for me. But so I had to turn away. But when I saw that event, I see things on TV or in the news about um, a lot of people going to these town halls. It's one thing to see it on TV. It's actually a completely different thing to kind of see it in your community and to see a lot of people of different age groups, of different ethnicities, reaching out to community leaders or getting in touch with community leaders to discuss or to hear what they had to say. And so I want to say it was like an interesting experience to me to actually be one of those people who were almost involved or to be living through I say the anxiety and unsettledness that people are feeling. So, to actually see it. So on my way back, driving because I couldn't get in, I wasn't able to attend. Um, I thought about, some of the things that I am doing to uh, make sure that I take care of myself from like a spirit and a mental viewpoint. So the first thing I do that I'm doing, and it might be helpful to some others, but it's really kind of what I'm doing. I've always been very, involved in my church. I make sure, I go um, every Sunday and I attend Bible study, and I also, pray um, and do my own self-study every day anyway. So these are things or habits I've already had. However, there are some particular, I would say, scriptures that are helpful to me that I think might be helpful to others. And I think every like video or maybe every week when I do a post, I'll point out certain scriptures that are helpful to me. And so the one scripture that I'll talk about today is comes from Second Timothy 1. And it's 2 Timothy 1, 6 and 7. It says, "Wherefore I put thee in remembrance that thou stir up the gift of God which is in thee by putting on of my hands. For God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and a sound mind." So when you're going through an experience that you've never had before, it is human nature to be fearful, to be kind of afraid. And to me, when people become fearful, it's almost it can paralyze you. It can make you not want to do anything, or it can make you think of um, things are not actually happening, or it could make you make decisions that are not in your best interest because you're acting off of fear. And so that's kind of one scripture that I think is very helpful or could be very helpful to let people know, especially if you're the Christian faith, that God has not given us a spirit of fear. And so do not act on fear, but um, it's okay to happen. A lot of people, at least from my speaking of them, feel like um, there's something wrong with them if they have it. No, while we're humans, we will have that in others, like anger or upsetness, any other emotion. You can have it. However, you shouldn't be governed by it, making decisions by it, or living in it. And that's kind of one of the things that, I want to say kind of governs my life, that I might be startled by an event, but I'm not going to let anxiety or fear uh, be the reason why I make a decision. So that's kind of one of the things that happened or I happened today. The other thing was I was a little disappointed that I was unable to attend the meeting because one of the things that was my goal for 2025, and it's still a goal that I have, I want to become more involved. I don't want to just be looking at the news, sitting on the sideline. I want to get involved and give my voice and see where I can help, especially with my knowledge and my experience of technology being misused, being a whistleblower, and understanding how valuable our data is, and and being able to help either craft responses or being involved when responses are being made. So those are kind of things that I was hoping to do. And again, when you go there and you're there right before it starts, and seeing that you can't even get in can be disappointing. But I don't disappoint that easy. So while I was unable to attend this event, I am and will be back online this weekend to see when the next event is, or contacting my local or regional leaders to see where I can give my share. I am, like I said, I am involved in my church, but I also want to become a little bit more involved in, from a political standpoint, from a legislative standpoint, to give my share. So I wasn't able to be involved in this particular event, but I will be make it a definite effort to be in others. And if nothing's happening in the near future, I am definitely through email or phone calls. How can I help? What can I do? So that I'm not just sitting back on the sideline seeing things happen and like, oh my gosh, or oh my gosh, and oh, woe is me, or oh, woe is us. But I want to be involved and make sure I can sh help shape any type of response or what our future is going to be. So that's the video for this week. If you have scriptures out there, especially, I think of a lot of scriptures in Psalm and Proverbs that you use to help you when you go through a certain situation, post it below. Give me a heads up of what scriptures you use to help you during these times. Again, I'll post something next week and pick another one that I typically use during when I face adversity or tribulation. Have a great week. And Lent season starts next week. For those of you who do participate in Lenten season, I know I do every year, definitely will be doing this year. So it starts on Wednesday. Have a great week.